And over on Capitol Hill, President Trump's spending bill, dubbed the Big Beautiful Bill, has passed the House and is set to be signed into law today.
The fact that he called this bill the Big Beautiful Bill, we live in the worst timeline.
Trump addressed supporters at a rally yesterday, kicking off a year-long nationwide tour that the White House calls America 250, marketing 250 years since the...
It's big, it's beautiful, it's one of the best bills we've ever had. All right, one of the best bills I've ever came up with. Some of the most wonderful things you could ever think of.
Nation's founding. Meantime, Democrats are sounding the alarm over the impacts of the Big Beautiful Bill.
Dude, he's jorking it. He's jorking it again.
The cuts to Medicaid. But the president claims he's putting the country back on track with this tax and spending bill.
There could be no better birthday present for America than the phenomenal victory we achieved just hours ago when Congress passed the one big, beautiful bill to make America great again. This bill includes the largest tax cut in American history.
To the rich, largest tax cut to the rich.
The largest spending cut in American history. The largest border security investment in American history.
You know what's funny, chat? Didn't they like pull back on deporting people because they realized that they started realizing that immigrants are a huge portion of our workforce? Didn't they literally like, okay, let's slow down a little bit because, you know, now we're running out of workers, which is absolutely hilarious. The House passed a massive spending bill and tax bill that includes signature policies of President Trump's second term agenda, blah, 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 blah. The House approved the bill 2018 to 2014 or 218 to 214. Narrowly approved the bill. God, dude, conservatives are such fucking lapdogs, man. Conservatives are just fucking lapdogs, dude. At the center of Big Beautiful Bill is extension. Okay, Medicaid restrictions. Legislation includes restrictions on Medicaid, which provides government-sponsored health care for low-income and disabled Americans. The bill imposes work requirements for some able-bodied adults and more frequent eligibility checks. So, you're not allowed to have Medicaid unless you can work? That's called being ableist, my guy. So you're basically saying if you are so medically, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? If you are sick, if you are injured, if you cannot physically go to work from a disability, you just can't have Medicaid? What is that? Are you fucking serious? Time to get a job? Yeah, like what about the people who are paralyzed? What about the people who have a physical or mental disability and they can't work? What the fuck? A Congressional Budget Office estimates that the bill will result in 11.8 million Americans losing health coverage under Medicaid. Oh my fucking God. Dude, it's already bad enough, man. It's already bad enough. We can't get healthcare as is. And now you're just taking it away? You're taking away the only thing that gives people the opportunity to get healthcare without being rich? Chat, the next 4 years can't go by fast enough. I can't believe what I'm looking at. I knew it was bad, but man, I did not think it was that bad. The Senate parliamentarian determined that a measure cutting federal funds to states that using Medicaid infrastructure to provide healthcare coverage to undocumented immigrants. Along with banning Medicaid from covering gender transition services. wasn't in compliance with Senate reconciliation rules. The parliamentarian also weighed in on what's known as a provider tax, which states use to help fund the portion of Medicaid costs in a blow to the Senate's GOP initial plan. Wow. What a fucking joke, dude. What a fucking joke. Senate Republicans propose steeper cuts to Medicaid funding, in part by incrementally lowering provider taxes from 6% to 3.5% by 2032. What are they trying to do? Like, what's the plan? Murdering the majority of Americans? Like, I don't get it. They're passively just killing off a shitload of people. What is their goal? To put more money into the wall? Like, I don't understand. This is so fucking stupid. Trump be like, no protest if no people. Dude, you want to know? Oh my God, where is it at? Where is it at? Since we're on the topic of Trump, I sent this to Amy this morning. Let me find it real quick. Or maybe it was yesterday. Yeah, this. An Iranian woman who supports Trump was taken by ICE agents in California. Her husband says he still supports Trump and is not taking his flags down.
Flags staying up tonight.
Yeah, those flags staying up. This family still supports Donald Trump despite their mom being detained. The final moments home for an Iranian woman detained by immigration agents. A mother Monday going inside to say bye to her 4 kids.
She came and kissed the kids and that was it. That's the last time I saw her.
A proud President Trump supporting family in Diamond Bar.
Election time was here. I had a full 3-4 flags out.
Even while their mom faces immigration questions. Has your opinion changed on this?
That's a good question. Somewhat it has, just because I'm going through it. I was very selfish before. But what I see right now is, okay, there's a reason for it.
Arthur.
Dude, Trump isn't God, my guy. Trump is not like your Christian God. Like, he's talking like, oh, this happens for a reason. You know, if Trump wills it, it must be for a good reason. You're acting like he is Jesus. That is fucking psychotic.
Sahakian's wife, Arpaneh, was born in Iran and moved to the United States when she was 3 as a refugee.
She cashed a check, I believe it was less than $200, and this is all where it started.
Then, about 15 years ago, her green card was revoked over a conviction related to theft.
It's all misdemeanor stuff.
Arthur says they've been going through the legal process towards regaining citizenship with check-ins every 6 months or so.
Those Trump flags staying up tonight.
Just went in April, and they said, okay, you're fine. You know, have a good day. We'll see you back in September or October.
Then last week, the United States bombed 3 nuclear sites in Iran, increasing tensions and concerns of Iranian sleeper cells retaliating in the U.S.
Yes, because this mom is definitely a sleeper agent. Yeah, you got her. You got her, bro. This mom of 4 that has been living in America since she was 3 is a fucking sleeper agent.
Very for of them seeing the Iranian nationals because of the sleeper cells. I understand that.
Federal sources tell Fox News that more than 130 Iranian nationals were detained in the U.S. this last week.
I think it will resolve a lot of issues because we'll know exactly who's in here for what reasons. Even though I miss her dearly, but I think.
Are you concerned that your wife is a secret agent, my guy? What?
Could do a better job of you catch someone you see they're national and do a background real quick and see if they have ties to the community and ties to families over here and let them go.
What do you think is going to happen?
I'm on the list to be going to a different facility.
Arpaneh speaking with us on the phone, uncertain about her future. Any regrets with your vote?
Dude, this is just like everyone is. I don't know what is going on when no one is like saying, hey, this is exactly what Hitler did. Like, How do people see this and just think, oh, it's just normal shit? It's normal. It's very normal to just, break into my house and take my wife and just bring her to a random facility that I don't know what's going to happen to her. Remember what happened when Hitler did that? Like, I don't think there's going to be gas chambers, but like it's going down that path, ladies and gentlemen.
None. Still supporting him.
While her family continues showing support for President Trump, hoping their mom comes home soon.
Trump is not trying to do anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's going to get gas or there's going to be a massive like genocide or some shit, but I'm just saying, like, do people not see the patterns here? Do they not see what's happening here? Yeah, I don't think there's going to be gas chambers anytime soon. I'm just saying, like, this is literally the start.
Bad. We understand what he's doing, and he wants the best for the country. Just went in April, and they said, okay, you're fine. Have a...
It's crazy. All right, let's read a little bit more. Homeland Security and Immigration. The legislation includes more than $46 billion for border wall construction and related expenses. $45 billion to expand detention capacity for, oh my God, $30 billion in funding for hiring, training, and other resources for U.S. immigration. The amount of money we are dumping into immigration is fucking insane. It also includes a minimum of $100 fee for those seeking asylum, down from the $1,000 fee outlined in the initial House bill. The Senate parliamentarian ruled out the $1,000 fee for anyone applying for asylum. Increasing the state and local tax deduction. The package also includes an increase to the cap on the state and local tax deduction, raising it from $10,000 to $40,000. After 5 years, it was returned to $10,000, a departure from the initial House-passed bill. Green energy policies. The final bill passed by the Senate would largely terminate numerous tax incentives from 2022 Inflation Reduction Act for Clean Energy. Of course. Of course you're going to remove that. Of course you're going to remove the tax incentive for people to get electric vehicles and energy, renewable energy sources. Of course. Why not? It would end tax credits for new and used electric vehicles, installation of home EV charging equipment, and it's wow. We're cooked. Yeah, chat, don't worry, the economy will bounce back. The economy will bounce back, don't worry. Restrictions on food stamps. Oh, here we go. By the way, chat, you're talking like I used to be on what was it? It was WIC. I think it was WIC. So I don't think it was SNAP. I forget what I used to be on, basically food stamps. Yeah, WIC. So I used to be on this shit. We used to get like government cheese and everything like that. The bill still shifts cost of SNAP or food stamps to some state. The program is currently fully funded by the federal government. The federal government would continue to fully fund the benefits for states that have an error payment rate below 6%. Beginning in 2028, states with error rates above 6% would be on the hook for 5 to 15% of the cost. States are also given some flexibility in calculating their share. I'm kind of confused on what that means. The package also aligns with the initial House version of the age requirements for able-bodied adults to qualify for SNAP. Why is all of this just ableist? Currently, in order to qualify, able-bodied adults between 18 and 54 must meet work. I don't get it. The only way you're allowed to get SNAP, WIC, food stamps is if you're able to work. What is this ableist bullshit? I don't understand. Both the Senate and House bills would update the age requirement to 18 and 64 with some exemptions for parents. Alaska and Hawaii could receive waivers for the work requirements if it's determined that they're making good faith effort to comply. This is disgusting. addressing the debt limit. The legislation would raise the debt ceiling by $5 trillion, going beyond the $4 trillion outlined in initial House-passed bill. Congress faces a deadline to address the debt limit later this summer. Wonderful. Let's look at this child tax credit. The current $2,000 child tax credit is set to return to the pre-2017 level of $1,000 in 2026. The tax credit would permanently increase $2,200 under the bill, $300 less than the initial House-passed hike. So, is this whole thing like them trying to get people to have children by giving them $2,000? I don't think anyone wants to have children right now. I don't think anybody who's sane does not want children right now. And the fact that the insult to say, "Oh, we'll give you $2,000 just to have a child, but we won't cover the cost of the hospital whenever you give birth. We won't cover the cost of raising the child. We won't give you maternity leave whenever you have the child. We won't give you therapy in case like something like postpartum depression happens. We won't give your child safety or health care. We will not give you anything. We'll give you $2,000 though. You know, I feel like that'll solve all the problems." Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Limits on overtime and tips deduction. All right, this is the one thing that I was curious about, because potentially this is going to be good. The bill would allow individuals to deduct a certain amount of tip wages and overtime from their taxes. The provisions would expire in 2028. Why? Why? That's 3 years. The only good thing on this bill, and it's going to expire in 3 years, because they want to blame the Democrats? Good point, actually. I was about to mention that is very sus that that's like the time that Trump's going to be out of office, potentially, if he doesn't change anything. How about cover the cost of giving birth and being in the hospital as fucking pieces of shit? Yeah, I agree. Dude, the fact that it literally costs you an arm and a leg just to have a child. But at the same time, they are like confused why the birth rate is so fucking low right now. Like, I don't get it. Why does no one want to have children right now? And like, you know what? Let's give them $2,000 to give them an incentive to have children. No. That ain't gonna do shit, buddy. The no tax tip on tips provision in the spending bill would create a new deduction for tipped workers, eliminating what they owe on federal income tax. Tip workers would still have to pay state and local income tax and payroll taxes. The Senate version varies from the initial House-passed provisions on a few key points, including how much worker could claim in deductions. The Senate proposal limits the deduction to $25,000, while the early House version was uncapped. Of course. On the initial House measure, meanwhile, only people with an annual income of $160,000 or less would have qualified for the tipping tax break, while the Senate version phases out benefits for individuals whose income exceeds $150 or couples whose income exceeds $300. Thank you so much, Plemke, for the 8 months. What a absolute joke of a bill. What an absolute fucking joke.
And President Trump's "fuck everyone that voted for me, I'm going to kill you all with hammers" bill was just passed.
Yes. Haha. Yes. Once again, Donald Trump owns the liberals. Haha. Yes. Silly libtard.
Hey, careful, you're getting kind of close with that hammer, man.